They wouldn't have done this if AEW hadn't shown up, because that Finn Balor was one of those ones who was
yummy. But yeah, this is absolutely the beginning of Finn Balor's latest skyrocket push. Whether or not that translates to a win at Royal Rumble, I am going to reserve my predictions for next week. But in the meantime, elsewhere on Raw, we also had a surprisingly decent Intercontinental Championship match and a new champion in Bobby Lashley.
I'm not going to say it was surprisingly decent because of the two...
It was just surprising then.
Because of the two people that were in the ring with Lashley. Okay, and for me, this isn't validation of Bobby Lashley as a wrestler. This is validation of Lio Rush as a manager. Because before this, before Lio Rush became Bobby Lashley's manager,
he was lost.
Dude was lost. Dude was nothing. He was doing jumping jacks against Sami Zayn and just...
I love you.
And just hanging out. Okay, but Lio Rush gave him a purpose. Okay, do I agree with making Bobby Lashley the Intercontinental Champion right now? No, I do not. Okay, I still think there were places to go with Dean Ambrose. But, okay, the match was great. Of course, it was a Lio Rush distraction that caused Bobby Lashley to get the pin. Okay, so it checked everything. It checked every box that needed to happen in that match to get to where it ended. Okay, if Bobby Lashley won clean, I would have said bullshit. That's it. But he didn't. And
there we are.
Seth Rollins took out Dean Ambrose. Lio Rush took out Seth Rollins. Bobby Lashley spears the fuck out of Dean Ambrose. Tell you what, Dean Ambrose knows how to fold himself up like an accordion. That's it. He took that spear and kept going. That's what. Like he was
like a champ.
He didn't even have to. Bobby Lashley didn't even have to pin him. All he had to do was keep his arm where it ended up at the end after the motion, because Dean Ambrose was clearly in folded up accordion pinfall mode. That's it.
That's the thing now, folded up accordion pinfall mode. But in all seriousness,
if you saw it, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it was just sort of came out of nowhere. It's like as soon as I saw that, I was like, wait. Is he actually going to... Holy crap, they did it.
Now the question is, they say that they have big plans for Bobby Lashley in the Intercontinental Championship. I don't understand at this point, because after the Royal Rumble, Seth Rollins isn't going to be going for it. Because I have a feeling I know what he's going to be going after the Royal Rumble. And it's a little bit bigger than the Intercontinental title.
Again, so saving my judgment for later.
So it's one of those things. Like, I'm reserving judgment. The match itself was great. I'm reserving judgment on the championship, on the champion, until I figure out where this thing's going, because this leaves this changing the championship actually puts the champion and the ex-champion back in limbo. Because it's like Bobby Lashley had something going with Seth Rollins. Okay, I thought that he was going to be in my thought process for what's going to be happening in between WrestleMania. I thought Bobby Lashley was going to be the garbage feud for the person who I believe is going to win the Royal Rumble going into their match at the Royal Rumble at WrestleMania. Now, who the hell knows? That's it.
It makes it hard to predict, but as far as we're concerned, or as far as I'm concerned, that just makes things a hell of a lot more interesting now, don't it? But anyway, on the Blue brand, we also had, not to be outdone, they also gave us another match between Rey Mysterio and Andrade.
And
oh man, did this kick ass.
First of all, Okay, people freaking out about the name change, you need to calm the hell down. It's not a big deal. Okay, does he still wrestle? It's still... So they got rid of his last name and he's now Andrade. Okay, does that really change anything? Seriously? It's not like a guy coming in with a completely different name from what he had in a different promotion. Okay? It's not that big a deal. Calm down. You're still getting the same work. But SmackDown match, I can already say this is a match of the year candidate. Because holy shit balls. This was fucking...
It was like,
that
whoa.
That power bomb on the outside by Andrade.
Oh, that looked like it killed.
That, first of all, I thought he blew out his knee when he first went down. I was like, oh shit, they went a little too far on the Lucha Libre thing, and here we are. Andrade's gonna have a blown out knee, but then he fucking powered up, and that was a real power bomb. That wasn't one of those like, oh, I'm just gonna throw you on the ground like Kevin Nash used to do. That was a full sit out, just like bam.
Boom.
And I think what's happening here is this is a passing of the torch thing going on right here. Okay, Rey Mysterio is on his way out. He wants to pass the torch to Andrade to be the new kind of... To be that new kind of... The face... The version of Rey Mysterio who can actually show his face. That's what this feels like. Because I think with the crowd reactions and the way everything's going, I think they're going to have to turn Andrade's face soon. The way everything's going. But, okay, just these two in the ring together, this is the second week in a row. It's magic. It's magic every time.
Yes. And there's absolutely got to be a third match coming. There absolutely is. When we're going to get it, maybe it'll be a WrestleMania for all we know.
I think that's a little far. They're obviously going to have interactions in the Rumble. To be said, that's actually tough. They're not going to drag it out that far. This isn't a thing that they're going to drag out that far.
Royal Rumble, maybe.
I don't think they'll have a match. They'll have probably Elimination Chamber. Or maybe they'll be in the they'll be in a chamber of some sort. But definitely, this is the best, the most enjoyable segment, the most enjoyable match, the most enjoyable segment. This was the best thing that happened this week. This match. This was just fun, fun and entertaining. And that's all I really want out of my wrestling shows. You can go into the high depth analysis when we do the pay-per-view reviews. What we want in our weekly shows is just to have fun and be entertained.
That's it.
And this match did that in spades.
Yes, but on the less technical, I guess you could say, aspects of professional wrestling, well, my boys beat down another one of my boys. Samoa Joe beat down Mustafa Ali. This one, I just like seeing it just because they're setting Samoa Joe up for something. And they're showing, yeah, he's still in this. He's still in the eye. He's still in the public eye. And he can come out of nowhere, do anything, hit you with anything, and he can take on anybody.
And that's all well and good, but what I take away from this segment is this isn't like the rise of Mustafa Ali that they did real quick. It's not going away. That's what this shows me. It's like Mustafa. They could have ended his shit after that number one contenders match and just be like what they normally do.
Not.
What they normally do, they'll drop them into, go back to the cruiserweight, deal with them. Okay, but they're not. I don't know if this is the start of a program. I hope not, because Mustafa Ali's got to be killed by Samoa Joe. We know what that's going to be. But, okay, this just shows that he's still there.
Mm-hmm.
He's still, like, a big part of things. And that's what I take away from this. I already know that Samoa Joe can come out of nowhere and fuck your day up.
I know, but
everybody knows
that there's a future for Samoa Joe.
Yeah, everybody knows that. Okay, this was just to show it once again. And that's all well and good and fine. Okay, but what this shows to me is that they still have faith in Mustafa Ali. And that's big. Because if they have faith in Mustafa Ali, that means potentially that more cruiserweight people can come up to the main roster and do some good, like Mustafa Ali did the last month while he was in the feud with AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan.
Absolutely. And now, before we close out the SmackDown Live portion of life, I've been for some weird reason I've been hearing some back and forth about the Mandy Rose, Naomi, Jimmy Uso thing that's been going on
this whole week. Okay, you had something on Raw.
I kind of dug it.
You have something on Raw that's controversial for the women. You have something on SmackDown that's controversial for the women. Okay, on Raw you have the whole Alexa Bliss scene that you think is superfluous. Okay, it's just random intern walks in and she's getting changed. It's like, okay, that was weird.
I honestly didn't think that much of it.
I was like, it's a return to the days of old, where you saw that shit on every show. It was just random.
Attitude Era is coming back. Woo!
I'm not gonna go that far, but it's
neither
one of those.
I'm joking.
But going back to Raw for a second, that moment of bliss when Otis came out. That was the debut of the week for me.
That was fantastic. I love that dude.
Pretty lady. That was fantastic. And then what they did at the beginning of SmackDown.
It's kind of weak.
With no, not even. What they did at the beginning is, you know that Otis is got to be like that Festus guy. He's going to do weird shit, and people are going to play along. But
I see a bright future for that team.
Making a tuna, making a tuna smoothie or whatever, and then just like Becky Lynch comes in, and he's like, and she takes it, and she drinks it, and it's like, that was weak, man.
It's kind of weak.
I'm like, that's great. So if that's all. And if he's just there to be comic relief, okay, he's doing his job and he's doing
already
it great.
A draw.
He's already awesome. But as it
what's
pertains,
his name? Otis Dozovic?
Yeah. But as it goes with the Mandy, going back to the controversial women bit that I started with, okay, Mandy Rose, hotel room, nice little robe going on. Okay, that went viral too. Okay, so now people are saying online that they're bringing that back. I'm like, no, not really. It's just part of the storyline.
Mm-hmm.
The seduction of the Jimmy, as you got it. That's good.
That's how I put it on the run sheet here.
Yes, but this is one of those fun little side feuds that, in the end, really means nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But does it offend me like it does other people? No. Do I hate it? No. It's something that's going on. It's something that's going on my screen. I watch it. It doesn't offend me. I sit there and go, huh, and then move on.
And now we're just building towards that match probably at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, Mandy Rose versus Naomi. It'll be a pre-show match, and hey, it'll happen. Naomi will win.
It'll be wrestling. It'll be good.
It'll be wrestling. I don't know if it'll be good, but Naomi will win. We'll move on.
Yes.
That's all this is.
Yeah. It's wrestling. Wrestling is good. But anyway, let's get to it.